Minecraft released in 2009, and the game has grown massively since then, adding hundreds of new items, blocks, and mobs. But it's not just the game that's changed, the players have too. With people building more ambitious projects every day, the quality of builds we see in Minecraft are staggeringly high. So, let's compare builds from back in 2010 to their modern day counterparts, and see how much better builds are these days. And to start off, a theme park. This might not look like much of a roller coaster, but this is the oldest fun fair in Minecraft history. Published in 2010, the game was barely a year old. That's kind of annoying. If I fly up here, you'll see this place is actually pretty big. And as far as early builds in Minecraft go, it's definitely one of the more impressive ones. I'm not sure if this roller coaster worked in the first place because I can't see any powered rails anywhere, but either way, you can't deny how impressive it looks. This is the roller coaster, which screams 2010 anyway. And here we go, enter car to start. Ah, okay, I think I found the problem. This map is so old, when I transformed it into modern day Minecraft, it seems to have just broke. We also have a little Ferris wheel over here, which actually looks really nice, seeing as, you know, they didn't have too many blocks to work with back in the day. And of course, a massive water slide, which maybe will work. Let's give it a go, shall we? Oh, I'm stuck in a tree. Yeah, I'd say that works, sort of. I'm really hoping this one works, although it doesn't seem like it does. Not the most exciting roller coaster in the world. Now, you're going to hear me say this a lot in this video, but this is really impressive for 2010. I actually remember trying to build a roller coaster, and it definitely wasn't the size of this. There's actually a fair bit of redstone mechanics going on here. I'm not sure if they actually work. We have a tunnel of love here. Okay, I need some love. How do I get in? I guess I was not meant to have love. That's it for the 2010 roller coaster map. And it's time to see how it holds up to modern day theme parks. Welcome to Craftyland, one of the newest theme parks Minecraft builders have to offer. And I was going to fly in, but I guess we'll have a walk. As you can see by this map here, we are here. So this map is huge, and these villages are really loud. Yeah, this is definitely upgrading from the previous theme park. Let me crank up my render distance real quick, and damn, that is huge. What is this red one? It goes on for miles. Dominator, big red roller coaster. That's the one I want to go on. Okay, so we stick our minecart here. Let's go. Well, this one works a lot better than the old map, that's for sure. Oh, probably would have broken a few bones doing that drop.
A few moments later.
This roller coaster kind of goes on for a bit too long. Mob disposer. Place mob, pull lever. Oh! God, that scared me. Okay, let's try that with the piglin. That is brutal. I'm a bit psychotic. Not only did the roller coasters actually work on this one, but I mean, just look at this entire setup. Everything's been really thought out. And there's color coordination, like all the colors look like an actual fun fair. Look, they've got an entire ocean themed area of the theme park. They've got little PvP arenas where you can bash people with bashing shards. Hard mode this way. Okay. Right, so do I just have to climb this? I mean, that's easy enough. So you even have prizes. That sword looks brutal. Let's see if I can one-shot this guy. Oh my god. I think this theme park might be one of the best examples of how building has evolved in Minecraft. I mean, this is the work of a professional. And a professional builder back in the day, in 2010, that didn't really exist. There's one more ride I want to do, which is this one, which seems to go to the top of build limit. Daredevil dive. Fall in the water, good luck. Well, I gotta do this, right? Wait. On to the next map. This is one of the oldest TNT builds in Minecraft. Built in 2011, the title of this build is TNT so big it will crash your game. At first, when I used Build Edit to paste it in, it didn't crash my game. So I thought I had already debunked the myth. But then I realized maybe he wasn't on about the build itself crashing the game, because this thing's filled with TNT. And I notice he has a little fuse on top here. But the thing you have to keep in mind is that in 2011, people didn't have the best computers. I had a HP laptop that had 8 gigs of RAM, and I was really excited about it, okay? I could run Minecraft on like almost full render distance, so it was pretty cool. Anyway, now I have a pretty good PC, so let's see if it does crash the game. 3, 2, 1. It's not faring up very well. Okay, a big chunk of the TNT is gone. Oh, never mind. I thought it went a bit quiet. Okay, I'm guessing if I move a bit closer, it's going to blow up again. No? Oh, we're not done. Oh my god, that actually scares me every time. Well, my computer hasn't crashed, so we're left with these TNT blocks, which, oh my good lord. Okay, it left a pretty big hole, but either way, I think we have actually survived. Every time I try and carry on the recording, more TNT goes off. Just like that. What I was going to say is that this TNT hole is pretty big, but the explosion wasn't... Oh my god. But the explosion wasn't very good. And you might be thinking, what is the modern day equivalent of a massive TNT block? Well, something a little bit more creative. This is the explosion from the Trinity Project. And if you've watched Oppenheimer, you'll know what I mean. But if you haven't, the Trinity Project was basically the first nuclear test. And this build is the explosion that came as a result of that. I'm not sure what this is, but oh well. And whilst it might not actually detonate like the big TNT block over there, I thought this was just a very good demonstration at how creative people have gotten. Because this was just a lot of TNT placed in a big square. And now I've turned on my shaders, so everything looks a bit more pretty. Just look at this thing. My computer lags just looking at it. But this is actually art. I'm sure if you told someone back in 2011 that you could build an explosion like this in Minecraft, their mind would be blown. Just look how big this thing is. And I think I'm glad that this doesn't blow up, because I think my computer would probably fry. So as lag-inducing as the big TNT block was, it doesn't destroy your Minecraft world anymore. But enough of these bad boys, and it would destroy the real world, which I think is more impressive. Now moving on to the oldest town I could find in Minecraft. This is Andromeda Condominiums? Okay. Built in 2010, this build boasts a main building, activity building, igloo, as well as an anti-mob cacti wall. I guess we found the cacti wall. Follow the tracks until you see the entrance. Okay. There's something really charming about this place. I'm not 100% sure if it was built in survival or creative, but I'd like to think it was built in survival, because it has a pretty basic charm to it. But it also looks like a lot of thought has gone into it. So this is the main building. It's not much. Not sure what this... Oh, okay. We got sky walkways. I kind of like how he needed to add the walkway here. So he was like, oh, screw symmetry. And he just plonked that on the end. This is what my builds would have looked like back in the day. Walkway to Nether. So we got the Nether portal down there. That's kind of cool. And this is the main office. So welcome to Andromeda Condominiums. The entire area is shared between patrons. The area is protected from mobs by cacti. Okay, maybe this was built in survival. Pigpen, cave of water. Yep, that is a cave of water. All right. Site of the great TNT explosion. Okay, this was definitely built in survival. And obviously, there was a great TNT explosion here. Looks like about 4, maybe, went off. Do not burn. Seriously, don't even touch this. Okay, it's just a tree. I feel really mean. I mean, the logs aren't actually burning. Wait, what? Oh! Looks like I blew up a bit of the minecart track, but oh well. So yeah, we've sort of determined that this build was made in survival, and I think that really makes it something special. Because if you play Minecraft, or watch Minecraft, or look at anything to do with Minecraft nowadays, you will not find anything like this. Yes, it's ugly. Yes, it's not symmetrical. Yes, it's ugly. But it's also very real. And in 2010, when no one really knew what they were doing in this game, there's something very wholesome about that. Sometimes nowadays, I think Minecraft is too confusing. There's so much going on and so many items to get, and also a lot of things that you have to Google if you actually want to know how to do it. But back in the day, all you needed was a 2x2 block of lava to throw all your junk in at the end of a mining run. And a cactus wall to keep the mobs out. Good luck keeping the phantoms out with cacti. I guess we'll move on to the modern day equivalent of a town. Okay, now we're in the new town. And this is called the City of New Isle. Open chest for your travel guide. I'm not going to read all that. Okay, I think that's in Polish. So I have to go through the airport to get to this town, I guess. Already, this is looking a bit more fancy than the last town. This map was actually published 9 years ago, but it's been getting updates ever since. And the last update was only 5 months ago. This is already impressive, but I'm not even at the city yet. No way. Okay, I guess we're on our way. There's skyscrapers loading in the distance. I feel a bit bad comparing the old town to this one because it doesn't stand a chance. Okay, we're gonna get out at New Isle, okay? I guess we'll go this way. Wow. So this one here was built in 2014. The map wasn't published until 2015 though. So this has been going on for over 10 years. And I think it'll take me too long to just walk around this place. So let me just fly up and get a sense of scale. This place is huge. The best tourists are the ones that don't go past the railing. Oop. So yeah, it's safe to say this one is a lot better than the old one. But it's also an amazing example of how much Minecraft has grown. Sure, this project is impressive and it probably took many people to get it to the point where it is today, over the course of a decade. But this was a building project, and I think it would be unfair to call the old town simply a building project, because that map was likely just some friends having fun, accidentally blowing things up, making TNT-filled trees and hoping their friends try to grief it so they get blown up. And whilst, yes, it's not as impressive as this, it's a lot more relatable. I mean, fair enough if you used to play Minecraft with your friends and your base looked like this. Mine definitely didn't. But that is going to be a running theme when we're comparing the new builds to the old builds. Old builds were made for fun with friends, which is fine, and it's very cool. And people make a living building stuff in Minecraft. How crazy is that, right? Maybe I would have tried a bit harder building bases if I knew that was an option. So yes, the new builds aren't as relatable, but that doesn't take anything away from how impressive this is. I mean, look at all this. And I have a terrible feeling that we're going to go over this bridge here, and it's just going to keep on going. There are 9 other unique cities? Okay. Well, I'm not going to go around every single city, but I highly recommend you do if you like the look of this one. But anyway, that's it for the old versus new town. Now on to our next category. For this next build, we're going to start with the new version. And this is what we have. This is Freefall Castle, and the whole point of this build is to say you do not need to build castles out of stone. Because let's be honest, every castle you see, it's a stone one, right? Well, not this one. This one mainly uses concrete. And the reason I'm showing this one first is because this is an example of a build that wasn't possible back in the day. And again, to reiterate on some of the other maps, you can really see that the level of building is just really impressive. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a whole village underneath this castle. From what I can find, this build was basically just made for fun. It wasn't a huge project or anything, and they just gave it away for free and said people can use it as their server spawns and stuff like that, which is really cool. There's not too much to say about this one. I just really liked it, and I thought it was a nice switch up from the normal stone castles that you see. And the other reason I picked that castle is because I thought it was the polar opposite to the old castle, which is this. One thing that I should point out before you look at this, I am 99% sure that this was built in survival, mainly because he had random stuff left over in his inventory, like a worn diamond chest plate and stuff like that. That already makes this build super impressive. It's also really big, which again, for survival, very cool. But that's probably where the pros of this build end. Apart from the archway, that's actually quite sick. But yeah, this is all one block, basically cobblestone. Again, they didn't have much to work with. They've also built a mob trap in the corner here, which is pretty cool. Some sort of skeleton face in the mountainside. But apart from that, yeah, This build is very basic, and you might be wondering, well, obviously there's a clear winner, right? The new castle. But that's not really the case. Yeah, sure, the new one looks better than this one. It's bigger, has a lot more variety, it looks nicer, and yeah, you could argue is overall better. But it really depends on what you're judging the build on, because I would say this build has more character. And again, going back to what I said earlier, there's something really magical about the fact that someone built this in survival, in 2010 no less. And if we go under this archway here and up the main stairs, you'll see that this is dedicated to Dr. Rodney McKay. And I couldn't really help but wonder, who is Dr. Rodney McKay? And the only thing I could find on Google was a guy from a sci-fi show in 2004. So I have a different theory. I have a theory that Dr. Rodney McKay was actually this guy's teacher. Okay, maybe I'm stretching it a bit here, but I prefer my theory because it means that this build is a lot more personal and you can really see the person who built it. This wasn't uploaded to Planet Minecraft for other people to use or to show off building talent. This was a personal project that a guy and some of his friends made. Maybe in the summer holidays between school years. Hey, maybe Dr. Rodney McKay let these kids play Minecraft in his class, which led to them building this entire thing. That would be quite funny. So yeah, when it comes to Minecraft builds, the newer tends to be the better. But we have lost a lot of the character and personality that went into Minecraft builds back in the day. You could say the same with YouTubers, for example. YouTubers back in the day didn't know they could make a living from YouTube. Early PewDiePie, Markiplier, and the other YouTube legends. They didn't really know what they were doing in terms of career. They just wanted to make stuff for fun. And if people watched, all the better. And I feel like it's similar vibes with Minecraft builds. People just built for fun, and then they shared it online for people to use for themselves. Or just to see what people thought. And whilst we might never get that back in Minecraft, it is a reason why sometimes it's nice to look at these old builds and see what people used to get up to in their spare time.